game. Don't play with my name. You come with your goons, I'm bringing my gang. All of that talking just sound like a show. I'm just letting you know that I'm not entertained. You hear the crowd, they screaming my name. I got the stadium going insane. Done with the talking, it ain't no discussion. You started, I finished, put me in the game. Put me in the game. Yeah. Put me in the game. All of that talking just sound like a show. I'm just letting you know that I'm not entertained. Hey, coach, put me in the game.
I told my boys, it ain't no limit. Told all my dogs, it ain't no limit. Put your head in the game, head in the game, head in the game. Head in the game, head in the game. I'm whipping and track out with messed up suspension. I drove it so fast that I blew out the engine. I kept it too real ever since the beginning. I play offensive D, I might switch my position. Lil' mama was thirsty, so I had to quench. I'ma drive real fast, cause you know I shoot quick. Just like Travis Kelce, I be having emotions. Just like a lamb, man, you know I'm exploding. My heart cold, bad, I ain't got emotions. I'm going hard, yeah, you know I'm devoted. We running streets, yeah, you know we control it. She love the kids, she be busting it open. I'm quarterbacking like I'm Kyler Murray. Trying to win, I'm up at practice early. Going crazy, I just real the jersey. It's the first half, and we done dropped 30. We just up to scoring them, boy, man. I told my boys, it ain't no limits. Told all my dogs, it ain't no limits. Put your head in the game, head in the game.
Tonight, from Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City, it's time for Monday Night Football on EA Sports. We'll see Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs taking on Justin Herbert and the LA Chargers.
It is perhaps the best home field advantage in all of football, and certainly the loudest, as we welcome you to GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. Tonight, we finish off Week 6 with a good Monday nighter between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Kansas City Chiefs. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
The KC offense set to go, led as always by the gunslinger, a former MVP in this league. It's Patrick Mahomes.
And when you think of Patrick Mahomes, you start to think about all of his attributes, and you realize very quickly you can't just put him into one box. No matter how the game proceeds, no matter what is needed, he tends to have an answer for it and plays accordingly.
Here's Edwards-Helaire as they will start on the ground. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. These are his numbers from last week's contest. Charles, how do you think he ran the football?
I thought he definitely had his moments. I did think that they could have utilized him a little bit better, and I'm definitely going to keep an eye on him to see how they're going to use him this week.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Now Mahomes. A fight for it, and this is caught. It's caught indeed. It's a gain of 34.
Execution was one of their watchwords leading up to this one. And on that play, able to execute brilliantly here on this opening drive.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Mahomes on the give to Edwards-Helaire. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. The Chiefs at 2-3 here to begin the new season. They were losers last time out, trying to turn things around here in this one.
And it always helps to have a home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement as long as you give them something good to cheer about. So, you know, they just want to come out and play well for their faithful, and I expect them to do just that.
An incomplete pass on second down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Now a carry for Edwards-Helaire. And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely, maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. And it appears we have a Charger shaken up on that last play. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead. They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Andy Reid went for it, but it won't pan out. And this defense holds on the night's opening drive. Well, trying to be bold on the opening drive of the game, but that effort, it proves futile.
How many times have we talked with coaches where they've talked about taking the emotion out of their decision-making? I think that opening drive, if he didn't have it in his head to go for it before, I think that keyed into it. They were doing so well, and he decided to really establish something there. They didn't get it. Now they've got to make sure that they don't lose their focus.
And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. Flush, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Frank Clark in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Partner, we had their game last week where they had 6 sacks, so a little bit more momentum here again in the first quarter.
And last week it appeared that they were coming out of sprinters blocks, chasing the quarterback. So how do they continue that? How do they keep making it happen? Different looks, different disguises, different angles that they chase it.
They were so disruptive last week. We'll see what the trend is here as we go forward. And it appears we have a Charger shaken up on that last play. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to KC. On 1st and 10, Herbert. And the Chiefs are going to get him. Chris Jones forced his way through, drops him for a loss of 10 yards. They'll make that a 2nd sack here on their first drive out defensively, and not to get ahead of ourselves, but they're on pace for double-digit sacks at this point.
But they're going to have to find a way to tamp that down, aren't they? So if you're the play caller, you're telling your quarterback maybe some screens, maybe some draws, hard count, use your voice inflection a little bit, anything to try and slow that pressure down.
They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down. Herbert working the middle here. That's complete to Everett, the tight end. It's a gain of 6, but not enough, as he'll be forced to punt on their first drive of the game. On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. This will be fielded at the 17. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. Former first-rounder Clyde Edwards-Helaire ready to go here. And we checked the rushing numbers so far here into Week 6, and the returns have been really good. Now, you're starting to hit that stride middle of the season toward the end. They're certainly hoping they can keep up this production.
They are, because one of the adages in the NFL is that defense travels and defense endures even in bad weather, right? You know what else does? A good running game. And people want that, especially as you head down the stretch. You may play outdoors in some nasty stuff. You're trying to get to the playoffs. This is the time to get it going. And individually, I don't think you should just think about 1,000 yards either. The bar has to be set higher with this beginning.
1st and 10, it's Edwards-Helaire with it. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Not the kind of gain that will go absolutely crazy for, but it's the kind of gain that you need to have when you're running back in the NFL, and Clyde Edwards-Helaire with that low center of gravity and strength, he's going to get those tough, gritty yards for you when necessary.
Second down, back to Edwards-Helaire. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. This is taken around the 12. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Chargers get set to go here for their second drive. In the midst of, well, let's just say a not-so-rosy losing streak. They've got the open week, though, coming up next weekend, so you have to figure this to be a game that they dearly love to have.
Oh, indeed. They have to have this one because that's something positive to take with you when you go away for a few days, and it actually releases your mind. If they lose this one, that mind stays cluttered the entire time they're away, and they've got to scramble to get back in sync when they start playing again.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Allen's first catch, good for a first down. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. It's Eckler again, and not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
I thought he did a nice job there setting an edge and make sure nothing could get to the outside, but he decided that wasn't enough for him. Worked his way back inside and made the tackle on the ball carrier.
Now a pass hauled in downfield. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. What a play that turns out to be, 36 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Back to throw here, Herbert. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. The pocket collapsed around him. I know we talk about it a lot, but a QB has to have that sixth sense, doesn't he?
He really does, and I know of one team at one point was training their quarterback with that time frame, and anytime he didn't get rid of the ball within the right amount of time, they would blow a horn or blow a whistle to show him this is what that time is, just what you're talking about, training him to understand this is the amount you have, make sure the ball's gone. Didn't happen in this case.
Meanwhile, Mahomes throw into the hands here of Hardman. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be second down. He's a reigning AFC Offensive Player of the Week, and defensively they have to find an answer for him. And that's what you would do if you were calling plays, right? You'd make sure that he gets targeted. But the thing about it is the route running. That's what makes him so dangerous, is because no matter what is presented defensively, he runs his route with such skill that he's able to go up and get the football first in each and every situation. 2nd and 4. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. And the Chargers are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. And this, Charles, definitely not what they were wanting to see. Remember, he threw 3 interceptions in the loss last week, and now he gives the ball away again here in the very first quarter.
And you have to think that this was drilled into him all week, too, by his teammates, by his coaching staff. They've told him all week long, we've got to protect the football. They probably crossed that fine line with giving him the right advice and saying it too much. And it turned out that it got into his head a little bit.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Herbert now. And here is a leaping catch. He pulled it in. 12 more yards for him there. It's a first down. Now it's Herbert. Allen hit. He lost the football, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last two, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Now Edwards-Helaire. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Now Mahomes on the bootleg. Sliding out of the pocket. And Graham's got it. Complete. And take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That goes for a Chiefs first down, 14 yards. Here's Edwards-Helaire. There to make the tackle, Khalil Mack. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
They'll say no gain on the play there. Now it'll be 3rd down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Here's Mahomes to throw. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Butker's kick here is good. And the Chiefs are out to a 3-0 lead. Charles, even as long field goals become more and more common, this is still a very rarefied air. Only just over 20 field goals have been kicked from 60 yards or further, and you can add his name to the list now.
And as calm as he tried to present himself, there's no doubt there were some nerves as he lined up to attempt that kick. But once the ball was snapped, he just swept the leg, and boom, over the crossbar.
They started on the ground with Eckler. And he is going to lose yardage here. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
Herbert's throw going into the hands of Williams. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 45-yard line. Draw play, it's Eckler. And down inside the 40 to about the 38. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Throws left side, complete to Keenan Allen. And they'll work this down inside the 30. And we pause for an injury here. It looks like it's Keenan Allen who's in some pain down there. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead. Herbert on first down now. Open man is Palmer. Touchdown, Chargers. Josh Palmer, his second touchdown on the season. And the Chargers have answered that early field goal to take a first-quarter lead. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his rack, right? R-A-C?
Run after catch, and he loves that, and he's going to carry that in at contract time.
Extra point good by Hopkins. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. From the 6. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And they dipped a game below 500 following the loss last week. And you get the sense that maybe this team's at a little bit of a crossroads here.
Yeah, I think that's a really good way to put it, because what's that old malaprop? If you come to a fork in the road, take it. Because this crew, they're losing ground fast. They've got to start winning some ball games. And the good teams, they're starting to separate themselves, and these guys are being left behind.
Second down, back to Edwards-Helaire. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot him at the 44. 46 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that...
And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And picked up by the Chargers. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
Well, my friend, this has certainly been a comedy of errors here in the first quarter. Neither side able to really hang on to the ball.
Yeah, now I'm just curious to see which team can adjust, because both have made their mistakes, as you said.
Yeah, and whoever can do that can seize firm control of this game, something they haven't done with the ball so far.
Running on first down, Eckler. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Justin Herbert looking to pass. He'll get this out wide to Eckler. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. The Chargers on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Play action. It's Herbert. Ball hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, he certainly didn't like what he saw all from the coverage on his primary reads, and he didn't even have any luck trying to get back to his safety valve. Give defense a credit. Coverage was in lockdown mode everywhere.
Herbert throws complete to Williams. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 23. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. On first down, it's Herbert. Finding Williams once more, complete. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this, or he keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
It's 2nd and 7 from the 9. Again, Herbert. He finds his receiver, Williams, for a Charger touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown there. And they are able to add on to their advantage. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
Now it's Hopkins to add the extra point. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. So that drive in total 8 plays. And in the end, it was Mike Williams who capped the drive with a touchdown reception. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. KC's offense ready to take over. Last time out, they had the fumble. That led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the defense gave up the points too, Charles. But they've got to take care of the football and do better here on this possession.
It's certainly been a tough stretch, partner, for both of those units, and they kind of put their defensive mates in a really tough spot there by dropping the ball on the ground. But an easy way to make it up to them, get out there now and get some points on this drive.
Throwing now is Mahomes. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Another carry for Burton, and he'll be brought. Down at the 28, and that is well short of the first.
And that was a good collision right there. And I know this as a former defender. If you're playing linebacker, you're going through a checklist on every play on who you think's going to get the ball and where you think the ball's going to go. Rarely do you expect the fullback position to get it, And on that play he did, so you got to steel yourself at that point because the contact is going to be strong.
So here are the Chargers to take over. They are trying to snap that 3-game losing streak, on top so far with the football here, 1st and 10. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Willie Gay getting in there and picking up the sack. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. 3rd and 19, no problem, as they're able to convert. Herbert setting up to throw on 1st down. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on 1st down to set him back on 2nd. Sacks, a growing theme in this 1st half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the 1st down sack. Herbert. He's got a man complete. And he's going to be out. Now the red challenge flag makes an appearance as Andy Reid wants a second opinion. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Eckler now between the tackles. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Once more, here's Eckler. And he'll go down at the 28. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the 1st down.
On 1st down, Justin Herbert. And to the right side here, it's Allen. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
Three yards remain for 2nd down. Here's Herbert. Over the middle, it's complete. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Here's Herbert. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Up the middle with Eckler. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal.
When you look at the geography we're staring at, this part of the field, don't you always think of big backs carrying the football, bruisers trying to pound it in? Instead, we look at a little more of a scat back type, and he's trying to make it happen.
Yeah, they went with the elusives. Touchdown! Josh Palmer, his second touchdown of the game, his third on the year, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play. Even when contested, looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor in effect.
On is Hopkins now for the extra point. And it's 21-3. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it ends with a touchdown pass to Josh Palmer. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouraged.
Oh, the ball is out. Edwards-Helaire lost it. But it looks like the Chiefs are going to get it back. And while all of that was going on, we have an injured player out there in need of some attention. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to KC. So possession still theirs, but now they face a third down. They go play fake. Mahomes. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
Pretty nice work defensively there on the first down run as they hold him to a gain of a couple. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. A shotgun snap for Herbert. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been excellent, 6 for 7. This time they face a 3rd and 2. A handoff, it's Eckler. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. First down, and they stick with Eckler. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. And the officials here going to pause the game for a second. Looks like there's an injured Chief on the field. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Looking to throw. Herbert. They'll find Everett there, complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. 25 yards there on the catch and run. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Here is Eckler. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
And I think that's going to go down as no gain, but that doesn't seem fair for the effort that was presented on that play. That should go down as a loss. I know, I'm a defensive guy, but you got to like the play that was made.
He made a lot of those plays last week. He was AFC Defensive Player of the Week, picking up where he left off. His pass caught at the 4. Touchdown, Chargers. Gerald Everett from 13 yards out. And the Chargers continue to pull away here in this first half. Hopkins with the extra point, and the route is on here in this first half. So that drives 7 plays in length, and it ends with the Chargers getting into the end zone. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. And a couple yards deep, he'll go to a knee. He won't return it, and they'll take it out to the 25. The Chiefs offense set to go. Well, still early in this one, Charles, but the last time this offense was out there, they threw their first interception of the ball game, so trying to avoid repeating that mistake here on this drive.
And to put a positive spin on it, at least it happened in the first half and not in a close game in the 4th quarter, but you're absolutely right, partner. One of the last things this offensive quarterback wants to witness again in this game.
Kind of an obvious question, Charles, but anything you try to avoid after your first pick, or you say it's 1 interception, we're still in the first half, I'm about to do the same thing?
I think you want to avoid playing scared, and put it into the mind of the quarterback that you've lost confidence in him. Make sure you get some throws that he's going to be able to complete, make him feel good about himself, and continue to run your offense.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Oh, he didn't spike it. He faked it. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
All right, help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
He's going to rifle one deep left side. And this a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Chargers will get the football back in excellent field position. On the give, this is Eckler. And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22. 58 yards for him on the ground now on 18 carries. Throwing on first down. Herbert. This is swung out to Eckler. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Herbert. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Chris Jones able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Going to throw on third down with Herbert. And that is incomplete. That is the first time that they've targeted him that he has not come down with a catch.
He's caught everything that's been thrown his way. A dominant pass receiver that can break down any...
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. And it appears we have a Charger shaken up on that last play. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 right at the 30. Handoff to the fullback, Burton. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
A good solid game there on first down, but the defense has to be happy they didn't let it pop for anything bigger.
On 2nd and 7, Mahomes. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. On first down, it's Manning. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. They'll keep it on the ground. Manning, and he'll get it down to the play to the 37. And the officials here going to pause the game for a second. Looks like there's an injured Chief on the field. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to KC. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Right back to him on first down. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 22. Now they'll throw with Mahomes. Finds his man. It's Kelsey on the crossing route here. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. This will be caught at about the 3. And the Chiefs are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. So we have reached half. Message received here. No need to wait. We're going to skip halftime and get right back to the action. Here comes the third quarter. So the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the third quarter from the 10. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Charger drive about to get going. The first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them, because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it.
Eckler going to get it again on second down. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. On 1st and 10, Herbert. He finds his target, Allen. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by... Now he's hit on the return. It's a loose football. And the Chargers are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. Well, do you want to unpack that one, or do you want me to?
You're the boss.
We get the interception, then really he's just too loose with the football on the return, and he coughs it right back up the other way.
I've seen this happen in an NFL game, and boy, did it cost someone. San Francisco at Atlanta a few seasons ago. Atlanta throws the interception. San Francisco runs it back. Game is salted away. Fumbles on the return. Atlanta gets it back. Drives down, kicks the game-winning field goal.
How about that? And a crazy situation we just saw there. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Herbert. And his throw here's incomplete. Something of a rare incompletion. Remember, Charles, last week under 50% throwing the football. That's what he was, but he has turned that around in this game.
Last week was what's commonly known as a fluke. For him to be under 50%, not normal, not the usual. But to be up over 80%, that's extra time in practice, and that's throwing with extra confidence as well.
Here's J.K. Scott now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And look at this, it's a fake. And this is going to blow up in their faces. Not only do they not get the first, they're going to lose big yardage as well.
4th and short in this part of the field. You just notice special teams coordinators rallying the team, saying, watch the fake, but Brandon, don't they usually say that on every punting situation?
Oh, yeah, they can be up 40 in the 4th quarter. That's their job. They scream that every time.
And this time, though, his team locked in, and they were well aware that it truly was a situation that they could fake it, and they were ready for it and stopped it.
They run again with the fullback Burton. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
And that's why the fullback position was created. You just want a big, strong, powerful guy you can hand the ball to and pick up good yardage.
Edwards-Helaire, and he loses the football a 2nd time, and picked up by the Chargers. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. And now, meanwhile, after the dust settles on the fumble, we've got an injured player here as well. Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10, right at the 30. Meanwhile, Herbert's throw there complete to Allen. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down. On 1st and 10 is Spiller. And he'll take it across the 50 and into Chief territory. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Right back to Spiller on 2nd down. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. Here's Herbert now on 2nd down. Looking for Allen. He's got him on the slant. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. They'll try and run for it with Spiller. And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
And he gets it just shy of midfield, but that's not enough. He's short of the marker. That'll give him 8 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. Here's J.K. Scott now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And this will pin him back deep. That's going to kick out of bounds right at about the 7-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Mahomes on the give to Edwards-Helaire. And a short pickup here as he'll get across the 10 to the 11-yard line. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. And he finds his tight end, Graham. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. A good pickup there, 21 yards. But the margin on that scoreboard, obviously, for them, it looks daunting. But I don't know, Charles. They're probably not focused on that right now. Maybe just chaining together a positive drive with plays like we just saw, giving themselves something to build on.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. And what they have to be careful of is getting glued to that scoreboard trying to do too much. Because if you do that, you're all but guaranteed to start making mistakes. Just focus on one play at a time and make each one successful.
On 2nd and inches, Mahomes. The tight end Kelsey has it over the middle. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 42. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Mahomes now to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays.
And Mahomes misfires again, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Khalil Mack. And the Chargers will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. Herbert jet sweep as he taps it forward. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. The defensive coordinators love that. You got a cornerback willing to stick his nose in there, come up on run support, and stop that pop pass dead in its tracks.
And, partner, one good thing about trying to defend that play, you should see it coming the whole way. You see the receiver coming in motion in your direction. Nice job eluding the blocker, making the play behind the line of scrimmage, but an even better job studying the play before you have to try and defend it in a game.
From the gun, Herbert on 3rd down. And he's taken down, a Chiefs sack. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on 3rd down. Here's J.K. Scott now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. It'll be a 39-yard punt, 4 on the return, and they will take over 1st and 10. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Khalil Mack. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football. Straight ahead, it's Spiller. So that time they get the tight end on the hold.
Normally he's a pretty good run blocker, but this time he just didn't get his arms extended and let go quickly enough. The flag came out as a result.
They throw right away, and that's complete out on the right side. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. Charles, he's now over 400 yards passing in this one. It feels like he has a zillion completions. Just a very memorable effort from a guy that we thought could be in line for a big game, and he has exceeded our expectations.
That he has, and I'm not really surprised at all, because when you look at this offensive unit, they are loaded across the board. And, of course, the guy throwing them, he's a big-time player himself. They brought it from start to finish and really helped get the better of the opposing secondary.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. The previous run good for 9. Here's second and a yard. Herbert off of play action. Rush coming, and he's taken down. That was Justin Reed, the safety, who got to the quarterback. Now on third down, an extra DB out there for the Chiefs. Back to throw. Herbert. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. Well, up big, but still not hesitating to take some shots downfield, CD. I guess they really want to hammer home their dominance in this one.
Yeah, that much is apparent, partner. If they keep completing throws like that, they'll keep that gap awfully wide, as they've established already.
They'll run here with Spiller. They showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry. A good pickup there, 7 yards, and it's going to be second and goal now. Kelly will score. Touchdown, Chargers. Just power football there, down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible, but all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
Extra point good by Hopkins, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. The drive will begin with a run by Edwards-Helaire. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Now here's Mahomes. He's going to let this one go deep. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Third quarter on a Monday night with a 2nd and 10 coming up. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. Quick slant to Valdez-Scantling. They find some open field here. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, his first touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs get a bit closer. And oh, it's no good on the PAT, so they can't add on here. And our score is going to stay right where it is. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. This offense back out and set to go for their next drive. The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
Here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on third down. On 1st and 10, Herbert. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. Give him 15 yards on that one and a Charger first down. Back to throw here, Herbert. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
That sure looked like a nice call by the defense, and they're very cohesive in their coverage. As soon as he cut inside, they broke on the football and met him as the ball got there and forced the incompletion.
Herbert takes it and just pops it forward. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. 14 yards is the pickup there and a Charger first down. Well, that'll help the old passing stats. Remember, it was a pop pass, so it's not a wide receiver run there, Charles.
I like the way that you scored it, and that's exactly how it goes into the books. But remember, he's had success throwing the ball the standard way in this game. And here, this little tap pass, it goes for good yardage, a little something extra in his repertoire.
We're back now in KC. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. So 3rd and inches, and this will be the 9th play of the drive. Herbert. It's complete to Williams. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 14 yards through the air. Caught the D off guard on 3rd and 1. Herbert now. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12. Now it's Herbert. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. That catch good for 8, but still, it's 3rd and goal now. Out of the gun, Herbert. It'll be a loss of 13 on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. Here's Dustin Hopkins now to try the field goal. He had his lone attempt blocked earlier. Hopkins' kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So this time the protection holds up for him just fine, and he's able to bang it through.
I think their special teams coach got the point across. He gave him a pretty good earful after the block earlier, and this time there's no penetration, so they're able to pick up 3.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Out now the Chiefs offensive unit ready to do battle again. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 43. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. It's Kelsey and a loose football. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. You can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. And it'll be intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And the Chargers are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Hands this to Spiller to start things. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
On 3rd down, it's Spiller. And he's going to be taken down about a yard shy of the 1st at the 29. That'll be good for 6, but now it's 4th down. Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. And this one will wind up being down just outside of that 20-yard line. And Kansas City's offense now set and ready to go. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first. Now the ball comes loose and picked up by the Chargers. And they are going to score on the fumble return. Touchdown, L.A. Huge play by the defense, not only to force the fumble, obviously, but to return it for a touchdown.
And I know it's no fun for anyone who plays offense, but isn't it fun to see how a defense rallies when there's a fumble return and everyone tries to find someone to block and bring it all the way home?
I always like their celebrations because they don't get there that often.
No, they're not choreographed very well usually.
Here's Hopkins now for the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. 2nd down, back to Edwards-Helaire. Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
The Chiefs on 3rd down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with a football. The Chiefs tried it, but they're turned away on 4th down. And it'll be a turnover on downs. They run behind center with Spiller. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 67 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. This is caught. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice, easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Isaiah Spiller, his 3rd rushing touchdown. And the Chargers look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Hopkins with the extra point, and this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want